Hello, welcome to this bonus class. In this class, I'm going to show you how to extract from a green screen and how to get those nasty green color casts out of your images. It's not a foolproof method. There has been some cases where it is absolutely impossible, but if it's going to work, this is going to work. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here we have our photo. It's a raw photo. It doesn't have to be a raw photo, but the one I have just happens to be a raw photo. Okay, so I'm not going to do any adjustments in the ACR with it. I'm going to just open it as it is. All right, so I'm going to first unlock our layer and do a select subject. So we're going to select any one of these three, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to go up here and select subject. I'm going to create a layer mask out of this. So we're going to click on layer mask and it's going to hide our green screen. And what we're going to do is I'm going to open a background that I've already done with her because that will show us better how this will look in the end. Okay, so I'm just going to place that. The background part is not important in this lesson. It just gives us something to see the removal of her green. Now, as you can see, I'm just going to resize her in this frame. I'm going to make her a little bigger. So now if you zoom in, you can see all the green in her hair. There's some on the side of her face here. There's even some in her clothes. And there is a green outline around her jacket there, okay? So we're gonna do our best to get rid of this from her completely. How I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna create a adjustment layer with the hue and saturation, okay? And I'm gonna clip it to the person because I don't want it to change the blue background. And what I'm going to do is change this master. I'm going to change it to greens. All right, and I'm going to take this all the way up. So now as you can see, it has selected all kinds of, it's changed the color of basically most of the green stuff in her photo, right? So I'm going to leave this zoomed in right here so we can see. So that just, all that does is it tells me that this has selected pretty much everything that I want selected. We could take this up a little into the yellows because it does add in some of that if you want. You can always do a second hue saturation layer. I do lots of hue saturation layers with this to get everything exactly the way I want it. But anyway, so then I'm going to go to take the saturation back to 0. Okay, and then we're just going to bring this bar down until it looks like it's a decent color that kind of matches all the things that are going on. And that's actually not too bad there. It's still got a bit of green here, but that's where another layer comes in. We're going to have to do a couple of layers. Did it get rid of this layer? No, it did not. Okay. That is okay. This is why I do it in steps because it doesn't get everything all at once for whatever reason. Okay, so then we're gonna close that out and I'm going to, so now I want to target, see we still got a little bit in there and we still got this green line around her clothes. There's probably one over there too. So, and we got some green up there, but I think it's actually more yellow than green. So what I'm going to do is another hue saturation layer. Okay, clip it to the bottom again. And this time we're going to choose yellows. Okay, and then again, take it to the top. Now this one is going to expose skin as well. And that's okay. It's not that big of a deal because we are in a layer mask, right? So we can paint on whatever we want. So we're going to go to 0 and we're just going to take this to the point where it looks okay. And it's going to be a little like that. And so try and ignore this, see, I don't want it too red or gray, but right over here it becomes, this is why it's so hard. Maybe right there. It's a bit red. I'm going to take that saturation down just a smidge. Okay, but so now you can see everything looks reddish, right? Not sure how that happened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is then I'm going to Command or Control I to invert it. And then we're just going to paint on the areas where we want it to be effective. Yeah. And it's just a few of these like hair areas in here. Maybe even her. No, that's too brown. I don't want it like super red. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. And then I don't want it like ridiculously red. I just want to even out that green. So I'm just gonna take that fill down a little. All right. Now I'm not sure that this is ever gonna leave. What I am gonna do is just erase some of it. I'm gonna take my eraser and just kind of take away a bit of that if I can. It's not the greatest. Might actually even just do that. No, that looks weird. Yeah, so I'm gonna undo that. And we'll just keep trying. Trying to get that ring as much as possible. Still makes it look weird. So we have this green we need to target, okay? So what we're gonna do is create another hue saturation mask. And what I'm actually gonna do this time is try the cayennes. Okay, so that's gonna get some of our blues, some of our greens, and then we're gonna take this up to see what we have selected. And look at that. We have liftoff. Let's see if we can get even more in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yes, and that takes a lot of that. Oh, and that takes care of our green on the side there and some of our side stuff here. That should take care of some of that as well. Okay, so then we're gonna bring this back down to 0 again. This is the one I want to take care of, so I'm gonna just bring this down so that it looks normal again. There we go. I like that. Beautiful. Now, because I got the hair the way I want it, this is still not good. In here, like I don't want her glasses yellow. So again, we're gonna go Control or Command. Actually, yeah, Control or Command I. See how our glasses are blue? Yeah, so we're gonna just go back and paint in our hair. Okay, so let's just go back in and paint that on there. Especially in that area. And this is why I do it piece by piece, because you just never know which one's gonna, catch and which ones aren't, especially with skin and hair and all the things. I'm gonna get that. All right, and let's see if we can't get rid of this green. Oh yeah, see, it turns that yellow too. So that is not what I want. Okay, let's see if we can't target that better. I'm gonna undo all of that. Let the face, okay, another hue and saturation layer. All right, and this time we're gonna target this. So that is like green upon green. I'm gonna try the greens there, and theoretically this should work. You can see how it's all selected there. I'm gonna turn this back to 0. And let's see if we can't make this into a color that's actually what we might need to do, because the jacket is black. I might need to just leave it at blue and take the saturation away. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed to do. Yeah, because it's black, we just needed to take that color saturation out. We could have, oops, wrong one. We could have spun our wheels with the hue all we wanted, but it's black. So if it was a gray jacket or a different color jacket, then you would definitely need to use the color. But because it's black and white, just taking the saturation out helped. Okay, so, and we had to do that on its own layer, because if we would have done it anywhere else, it would have taken the saturation out of everything. So I just want to make sure that there's no saturation missing out of here. This is the one. of anything else that we needed. We need saturation in. Nope, I think we are okay. All right. In this case, it took away what we did with this previous filter in the hair, because we decreased the saturation somehow or other. It totally screwed with it. Okay. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to paint it out, right? So we're going to take our brush and we're going to switch it to black, and we're just going to paint that part out of the hair. And I'm not exactly sure where it all is in and what it's all doing. So I'm just going to paint it out of everywhere that I don't want it. Okay, so that was that. So this already does not look too bad. It looks like it took the saturation out of the side of her glasses there too. And I would actually just leave that like that unless the customer complained and said they didn't want it to be black. I'm not sure what color her glasses actually are. It could be silver, but I would just leave it like that. And so that is how you get the green out of a green screen. And it looks like I just wanted to check this side is actually looking pretty good too. Okay, so yeah, good luck. Play with those hue saturation filters till you get it. Focus on one part at a time. Don't worry about doing it all in one hop, and just get it, do several layers to make it happen. All right, we'll see you in the next lesson.